Welcome back. We're here at Speedrun Ragnarok, raising money for Take This. Take This is a wonderful charity that supports people in the gaming community with mental health and emotional support. I'm going to go ahead and put their Discord link into chat. You can join it. I joined it yesterday, and I was really happy to because it's full of different resources, places you can go for emotional support, resources where you can attempt to look for therapists or attempt to get other things. I would suggest joining it. I am very happy that I went there. I got a bunch of I've got a bunch of resources that I didn't have access to before. Everything from like places to look for cheap or no-cost therapists to like different breathing exercises and things that you can use. So I definitely suggest that everybody who might be interested for either themselves or their family go there and check it out. They're a wonderful organization, and we're very happy to be raising money for them. So far, we've raised almost $4,700 for Take This, and I'm just going to point this out. We have 2 more incentives to go for. I'm going to say that I don't really know if you put in money right now for the dress color, whether it will go through in time. To be honest, right now black is. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. I can't guarantee that it would process. But right now, the second to last incentives is for the dress color. Currently, black is winning. I'll refresh it one more time before we go. And next up, we have an incentive to pick the initial character for the Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster. Right now, the choices are between Tella, Rosa, Porum, Rydia, and Uncle Mop. At the current time, it's a really close incentive. Let me refresh just to make sure I have the accurate information. But right now, Rydia is in the lead by $9. That's it. If you have a different opinion, if you want to see some Porum or Rosa or Tella, feel free to donate. That's coming up right after this, so you don't have that much time, but you can get on that. Rydia is just $9. That's it. That's a tiny amount of money. If you want to see Uncle Mop, $9 will do it. Apart from that, I'm very happy to be here and to welcome caeshura as well as Zoe Techie. caeshura is going to be running Child of Light, a really fun speedrun. I've seen this one many times. Fair and expert in this, and I'm going to pass it over to caeshura. caeshura, welcome. Tell us about this wonderful game.
Oh boy, we'll get into the wonderful game. I'll save that. Zoe and I have been practicing. So hi, if you don't know, I'm caeshura, and I have here on my left, I think, I've got Zoe.
Hi.
Oh, I suppose this is my right. I'm tilting my left, but yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Oh, it's so cute.
So, we've got the wombo combo of 2 people who haven't run this game in a really long time who are really, really good at this game. So I am the current second place record holder for Child of Light, and Zoe is the world record holder. And yeah, I really hope that Zoe will de-rust and that we can maybe submit a race or a co-op run or something to other marathons, but I suppose we'll see what goes on there.
It's like you're trying to suggest something to me.
Oh,
A race would be super cool.
Oh no, I'm definitely not suggesting anything like we submit to, big RPG marathons or anything like that. I would never. But yeah, so this is Child of Light. I've got there are multiple DLCs for this game, one of which actually adds in like a whole little side quest as well as a new character. I've only got the DLCs for the dresses installed right now, just because DLCs come with extra content for like power-ups and stuff that I don't necessarily want to add. So the normal default one is just default. Then there is the white dress, which is Princess of the Wind, which turns into like a blue dress later or something, right? And then there's the black dress with Inked Aurora. Is it blue?
I honestly forget which dress is which color.
Yeah, I just know that Inked is the black one. So
Yeah.
Whenever we are ready, I'll count us in, just because I have to push the button. So restream, we'll start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, wait, who made this game again?
Ubisoft Montreal.
Ubisoft Montreal.
Yeah, known for such other similar games like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Yeah, totally games that are very, very similar to Child of Light, right?
Yeah. I see the resemblance to Assassin's Creed here, because right here at the start of the game, we're kind of getting the lowdown of what the story is. After our dad gets remarried here because our mom died, you know, it's the Great Friday before Easter 1895, and Aurora goes to sleep and catches a cold or something, and then I guess dies. Is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
Yeah, and if you're noticing, apart from like the really cool like stained glass art that's going on, everything so far is in verse. Everything rhymes.
Everything rhymes.
And if you're not familiar with the game, you're gonna notice that throughout the entire game, with the exception of a single character.
I'll slow down a little bit on that dialogue so we can enjoy.
But yeah, Aurora is just a child. She oh yeah, different color. I forgot.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, who's this?
Yeah, is this? Yeah, so yeah, this color palette is like kind of a grayscale Aurora with like some yellow tights or something. As opposed to the which one's your favorite?
My favorite is Puexel's favorite, which is this one.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, because it has like the ice cream hair, right?
Yeah. I'll show everybody what that means here in just a moment when I get control of my character. Puexel likes to say that Aurora looks like an ice cream cone when she moves with this outfit on. We'll wait until we have better lighting. How about that? So, speaking of movement, I'm hopping here. Happy little girls hop.
It's not a speedrun if there isn't movement tech by backdashing or jumping around, right? Yeah, so the jumping actually, like if you time it well, Aurora kind of gets like a little burst of momentum at the start, and when she lands, she kind of slows down a bit. But if you can kind of cancel the landing animation with a well-timed jump. So you can kind of just time these jumps back to back to back and kind of keep a little bit of forward momentum going.
There was a time when every second mattered to me, and I would time my arrival at this tree. I think I got a 2:53 once.
Yeah, or like the first almost 2.5 minutes is just the just the little intro.
And the opening and stuff. So we get a little firefly friend here who pops up and tells us, "Don't mind that Aurora looks different in the profile. It's fine." Igniculus does a whole many things. One of the things that Igniculus can do, as you can see, is kind of shine. It uses a little bar on the top left, just below Aurora's profile with her health and everything up there. And Igniculus can do a lot of things with that little bar. Also, sorry for the weird light glitch.
It's
drivers.
It's probably, yeah.
Drivers.
This game came out about 10 years ago. So there's just lovely PC issues that you sometimes have to deal with. Surprisingly holds up pretty well, outside a couple of graphical issues that now start to happen. But with Laniculus, outside of battle, you're often using him for solving like these light-based puzzles by shining shadows or something around, or you can interact with certain objects like treasure chests to pick them up, or in a little bit we'll see using Laniculus to blind enemies to be able to run past them without getting into an encounter. And
we'll also see here, potentially in this battle, if not a battle coming up shortly, how we use Igniculus to kind of... Well, I suppose we do use it in this battle regardless. To slow down an enemy on their ATB.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with games like, probably the easiest reference to make would be like a game like Grandia, where you have everybody has like an ATB bar that is kind of shared at the bottom, and you can see where everybody's placement is. And once someone gets up to the cast part of the ATB bar, then they can do an action and input an action, and then during their cast animation, like different abilities and stuff have different links that they quote unquote cast for, but you can interrupt things, and that is the speedrun right there. There's two big parts of the speedrun. One is managing Aniculus to interact with the ATB bar, and the other is just paying attention to where things are in the ATB bar. And you want to often interrupt enemies or sometimes not interrupt them, as well as avoiding getting interrupted yourself. So it's a lot of micromanaging of the ATB bar. And in my opinion, why it's a really cool speedrun is because you may notice that like some fights just look like they go really well, but a lot of it is caeshura are going to be doing that micromanaging and paying really close attention to where everybody is in the AT bar. And yeah, I can't gush enough about like how I really enjoy just doing that in the speedrun.
It is a really good speedrun. So I fought a couple of battles there. This is essentially the only grinding we do throughout this entire run. Otherwise, all of our levels are grind through boss fights. We do fight some mandatory battles here in a little bit, but other than those, like, this is essentially a boss rush, if you will.
Yeah. They're just going to be going from boss to boss. Everybody will get experience, even if someone is dead at the end of a fight. They'll revive at the end of the fight and still get the experience, so you don't have to worry about someone not making it through the fight without getting the XP that they need.
So
We have had a couple donations.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We've got $20 from Zoe Techie,
Blah.
I don't know who that is, saying, good luck, Kay. So thank you very much, Zoe
Thank you, Zoe. I've heard that name before.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. And we've also got one. This might have been read already, so I'm sorry if I'm duplicating it. It was right in the weird between host zone from Kinda Nerdy Housewife, who says, I got back from errands just in time to see the amazing finish of that Final Fantasy 1 race, which was really cool. Very tight.
It was cool.
Had to donate to celebrate. Yeah, thank you very much, Kinda Nerdy Housewife. And also, I want to mention that I still have your pin that you made of a Moogle, and I wear it all the time. And thank you very much, Kinda Nerdy Housewife. You're awesome.
So we've got a kind of cool trick coming up. I always get nervous about this for several reasons.
You've got it.
For several reasons. One of them being that I've always kind of not been the best at this trick. I've landed in every practice run I've done so far, so that's great. But I'm also guilty for pushing the box off the ledge. So, Zoe, can you kind of tell them about this trick?
Yeah, so this is a trick where Kay's going to try to push this box not off the ledge, but just kind of towards as close to the edge of it as possible. And instead of going all the way down and spending a bunch of seconds doing some additional platforming, you can just do some two well-timed hops like we saw right there to skip some of that platforming. And it saves, if you do it on the first try, it's 25 seconds saved, but you can easily fail a couple of times and still save times.
I'd say up to, well, it depends on how fast you are in general, but up to 3, maybe 4 times.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you get it on the 4th, you save time, but if you don't, then you kind of lose time, but just do it. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah, we call that box jump because we jump on the box.
It's we thought of some really great names. We've got box jump. We've got some cutscene skips up here. So I actually went out of my way to remember where to place Igniculus to make this the most speed efficient. As you can see, for some of the puzzles that we've got going on here, Igniculus can basically do those puzzles before you're even kind of explained the mechanic of what you should be doing. So
yeah. So in this one, you're just you have to. There's stained glass, and you're shining Aniculus's light through stained glass to light the crystals. And now that that's done, we have a boss fight. And I think this boss fight is actually really good for kind of explaining how the rest of the game is going to look.
yeah.
So we're fighting two things. And we're going to be managing the ATB bar, as we talked about earlier. We're going to target the statue in the back. It has a staff, so imagine it being like a support type character. It it can buff, it can heal. We definitely want to get rid of it first. I was really close, but the interrupt still happened. And just pay attention to how often interrupts Kay is going to be doing interrupts. Yeah, got unlucky there.
Yeah, the Ambrosia skill is a lot faster on this thing's ATB bar than Aurora is, and the I tried.
Unfortunate.
I
yeah,
tried.
just risk it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna. It's kind of spooky, but this should be fine.
Yeah, I think this is still good. I would still go for this. Yeah, here we go. All right, so 1 down, and now I think it's 7 slashes from Aurora. We'll finish it off here, and as long as caeshura manages the ATB bar, really, and this is unfortunate, but you can also use Nicholas to heal up. So doing that and defending when Kay knew that there's no chance Aurora was going to beat the statue.
Speed there, yeah. It's a lot of ATB management and knowing kind of what to do on the fly when things don't go as they're supposed to, because a lot of these are scripted.
All right, first boss down.
First boss down. So we're gonna have some cutscenes, skips coming up here. Basically, we make use of a autosave thing. So for example, in this cutscene that's going to come up, when the cutscene starts playing, the game writes down the flag that, oh, you've seen this cutscene, and auto saves, and then we just close the game because the cutscene's kind of long. So I think I closed it too early again.
Ooh, yeah, we'll see. We'll see that.
So
I would say it's too early, but
I think it's too early. Well, I mean,
just pray. Just pray.
Yep.
It's nothing bad happens if like you do it here.
I just got to do it again.
Time.
It still saves time to go back in and just try and skip it again. Just last time. It's a long cutscene. Yeah. Okay. Darn.
Yeah.
The long and short of the cutscene that we would see here is basically there was a Queen of Light, but she was kept peace and everything in Lemuria, which is this world that we're in, this dream world, and one day she disappears, and the Queen of Dark called Umbra appeared and took the sun and the moon and the stars, and then all chaos broke loose or something. Then monsters started appearing and stuff. It's been dangerous.
Yeah, so Aurora's prerogative is she just wants to go home.
Game? Hello? Uh-oh. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes the game doesn't like to launch quickly because,
Because
game is available on Steam, but to play the game it uses a different launcher. So sometimes you have to finagle with the launcher. And it's unfortunate to do that in the middle of a run.
Yeah, it's fine. Nooster, you got some donations and stuff? I think this is actually Steam that's being bad.
Yeah, we totally do. We've got a $20 donation from Fluffball saying, Child of Light, protect our sister. She wants nothing but the best for us. Best of luck, Kay.
Thank you.
And with that, we've had everything flippity-flop for the FF4 PR Falcon Dive initial character.
My.
But it's actually wound up with the same result, with Rydia in the lead with $9. It's Uncle Mop with $20, Porum with 40, Rydia with 49, and Tella with 20, and no one likes Rosa, apparently. Shocker. I mean, I didn't see that coming. But Rosa's at $0 right now.
Oh,
Rosa.
What's wrong with Rosa?
I don't know. Nobody... I guess it's not so much what's wrong with Rosa, and everybody likes Rydia.
I don't actually remember a Rosa from Final Fantasy IV, so I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So we skipped that cutscene. And now, this old lady that we saved, the Lady of the Forest, she's going to tell us a little bit about...
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you a moment here in just a second. She's going to tell us a little bit about how we can get back to Dad. She tells us we need the sun, the moon, and the stars. I'm going to close the game again. And it's gonna launch properly this time. It's launching. There we go. And then we look up, and lo and behold, the star is there. And let Give me a moment. And when I load back in after getting this star... Just don't hold on.
I love how you mash, by the way. You mash the
okay.
exact same way I mash.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, now I can fly. Alright, and now's a good as time as any for a quick donation. Oh, wait.
We got a donation from Azuark saying, chat, we're running out of time to reach 5,000. You all must rhyme. I love it. Thank you very much, Azuark.
Thank you. And speaking of rhyming, Zoe mentioned a character who doesn't rhyme. That's the character we pick up here.
She tries her best.
She tries her best. I think she does it on purpose. So, hold on.
And she'll often get Aniculus will often correct her to use a different word that actually rhymes. Like, they very much highlight the fact that, like, there's a clear word that Rubella could use that would rhyme, and she's deliberately, like, not taking it, and Aniculus isn't having it.
Yep. So, little lady, can I join you? My bags are already packed. I've got to find my brother and save our double routine. Act.
Yeah.
That's Rubella's whole thing. I think that she does it on purpose, and that her brother, who unfortunately we don't save, his name is Tristus. I think he's like the one who plays the straight man, and for those of you who know that comedy, I can't remember the name in Japanese now for the life of me, but anyway, I think he plays the straight man to Rubella's punnery, as it were. So we're flying through here. There's like monsters and stuff. I'm not gonna fight anything because we're fine. Yeah, do you have any donations or anything you want to say before I get to the next boss?
I want to correct. So Aswark has been in chat and is saying that the way I was supposed to read that is, chat, we're running out of time. To reach 5K, you all must rhyme.
Aha! There we go.
Thank you.
Donations and rhyme.
Yeah, and shout outs to all of my favorite people in chat right now. Because I've got like 1 million of my favorite people in chat right now, and it makes me happy. So I'm gonna save these for... Okay. No, I get...
Oh, right,
I'm gonna save one of these for things. So
DLC.
DLC. So the DLC gives us a lot of stuff. What do I have? Oh, okay, hold on. I'm just gonna... Can I beat a Cheaty McCheaterson? Is this okay?
Yeah. This is what we get for playing in a marathon.
Yeah. We'll explain what I'm doing here with these little gemstone thingies, but just safe to say that this is a really big buff, and this fight's probably going to be really easy. I mean, we can explain this, I guess. We kind of explain, like, just interrupting things, which is kind of what we do. But from here on out, all of the bosses are going to have ads that kind of join them, and 2 starlights, 1 tumble, or 2 tumbles, 1 starlight, which is a combo of Aurora and Rubella here, is enough to basically beat up this. Can I? Nope.
Nah.
I thought about it. It was a good try.
Yeah. So go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the general strategy for these fights tends to just be...
What did I do that for?
That's a good question.
I have questions.
You got punished for it.
I did. Hopefully Giant hits Aurora instead of Rubella. Come on, do it! Rude.
But yeah, take out the wolves and then deal with the giant here. It's actually really important to not cast Starlight on the giant. So Aurora is like magic spell because he'll counterattack. And I don't think it does that much damage if I remember right.
It does not.
So just beat him up with whatever normal attacks you have. In an ideal situation, it'd be after you're done with the wolves, you have a full ATB, full Aniculus bar, and Aurora just gets like 1 shot. by something, just because Rubella does a little bit more damage and is a little bit faster. So it just ends up being a little bit faster in time if Aurora's not present.
I'm doing real bad, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
It's fine. See, Aurora's down, and you have a full Niculus bar. It'll be really easy to keep him interrupt blocked.
It would have been really funny if that had been the last hit after. And no worries, Aurora still gets all the experience. She just took a little dirt nap. She's related very, very loosely to Dan from Final Fantasy 1, if you remember Dan.
Oh no.
Very, very loosely. She's actually, there's a whole lot of lore that we don't get to see in the speedrun unless I miss a skip, then we'll see it. But she's actually closely related to, she's a close cousin of Will in Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah, they both like flutes. They're both children.
Yeah, both children who like flutes. So I picked up an oculi there. We'll explain it, like I said, here in a moment because there's this really finicky skip coming up.
Stop it, I'm leaving.
Wherein we use a combo wombo of frames to open the menu before entering a cutscene and stuff.
Yeah, so the intended thing for you to do is talk to Finn, and then you help him out, and if you help him out with a low quest, he'll join your party permanently. So we're going to initially agree to the quest, and then we're going to start the cutscene for entering the well and enter the menu at the same time. And then while we're in the cutscene, we're going to teleport away. You can kind of see the game is bouncing you around between a cutscene and teleporting away. And just like we were doing earlier, the game is going to autosave, and we're going to close out the game. So what this is going to do is we have Finn in our party right now, but instead of being in the well, we are standing in front of the altar where we teleported away. Normally, if you were to enter the well and then leave the well, Finn will leave your party because he's like, I'm not going to join your party until you help me, type of thing. But what we're going to see is Finn is in our party. We're outside of the well, and we're just going to proceed through the rest of the game. Doing Finn's little side quest thing, because he's technically an optional character. Yeah, we see Finn in our party. We know we're good, and we just teleport back to Capelli Village. And we're going to see Finn outside of our party here, still crying. Because we're not helping him, but we've swindled him into joining our party.
Yep.
You're going to see that once or twice, where we swindle people into joining our party when normally they only want to join our party after we've helped them.
I miss grabbing this Stardust, and I don't necessarily need it, but it definitely makes the whole game safer. But we want that because it is basically like a permanent stat boost. So let's talk quickly about Stardust and Oculi, shall we? So the Stardust, like I said, they're permanent stat boosts. They give things like MP, magic, attack power, stuff like that. There's some dodge and critical ones. The critical hit ones are like really rare. You have to play the game several times or do some glitches that we found to get the max amount of crit on any character.
There's a way to dupe stuff, but it basically multiplies.
Yeah, we don't do it in this category.
It duplicates the amount that you have in your inventory, and we never really have a ton in our inventory, so it just take a really, really long time to get any meaningful amount in this category. Yeah,
but then we also have oculi, which are like little gemstones. Am I going the right way this time?
Yes.
Oh.
No.
God,
no.
darn it.
Down is after you get talk to your sister.
I have a sister?
Oh yeah, spoilers. Dang. Okay, it's not going to be a spoiler in like 5 seconds.
Look, we look exactly alike.
Yeah, you both have white hair, but she's your stepsister, so.
Oh, that's weird.
But yeah, you like your stepsister so much that you
she's great.
Dyed your hair white.
Yeah, no, she's great. Nora's the best. I love Nora.
Yeah. Yeah, oculi are, I guess you could consider the game's equipment. So you don't have like normal equipment, but you do have oculi, which are kind of like just accessories. I guess the easy way to think about it is like the gemstones from Diablo 2, where you can attach them to different slots, and depending on like if you put it on a weapon or an armor slot or an accessory slot. It does something different, right? And you can combine similar types together to upgrade them, or you can combine different types together to make a new gem. The main ones that we are going to be using are tourmaline and onyx. So tourmaline is sapphire emerald combined, and then onyx is it sapphire emerald? No, it's the other.
Citrine, amethyst, and
Tourmaline, yeah.
tourmaline. Yeah.
Yeah, both of those have like kind of magic boosting properties, and for parts of the run, relying on Aurora and Finn.
Time base. I just got 2 more emeralds.
We have our theories about like how the game determines which what you get from these chests, because it's somewhat random, but maybe not purely random.
I'm gonna say that all of my theories are Zoe's headcanon that they have just forgotten due to like a weird data wave. It's hard to explain, but sometimes she just doesn't remember what's going on, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm still teaching Zoe about how they're my greatest rival.
Okay.
For some reason, they just don't believe me.
Yeah, I forgot.
Anyway,
so we
need to get up to like this temple. Like you see it like way off there in the background with like the waterfalls and stuff. We need to get up there, but the wind's too strong, so we're gonna get this mountain to move us.
Yeah. So to go back a little bit in the lore,
We picked up
story.
our sister.
Yeah.
She's just here.
Well, the old lady that we were talking to wants us to collect we have the sun.
The star.
Sorry, the star, and we need to find the sun and the moon.
And the moon is in the highest of the high, and the sun is in the lowest of the low.
Yeah, so, there's like this temple in the clouds. That would be the highest of the high, right?
Yeah.
But we can't get up there. Even though we can fly, the wind is too strong, so we're going to ask this mountain to carry us.
She's not doing too hot, or I guess conversely, she's not doing too cool.
She's got some heart problems, so we're going to, play
doctor.
Play doctor. What is it? Trauma surgeon? Trauma center.
Yeah.
We're gonna go inside and kill some spiders. It's exactly how operations are supposed to go.
Also, meanwhile, I can't remember where. Oh no, I remember where the damage elixirs are, and that's not the one I wanted to get. I don't need that. Oh, I did want that. Never mind. It's fine. I don't need that. Yeah. It's fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's fine. And it's just stuff that you can pick up along the way. Some damage elixirs, which give you like a damage boost for a couple of turns. Some potent healing potions, which just heal you to 100%.
And we want the damage
stuff.
elixirs in particular right now because Aurora gets a skill that does dance boost boostage, whatever. Damage boosting, yes. Boost damage. I can words. Quick, somebody have Keishu words in there. We want to get her to be able to like boost the damage real good, but right now she can't boost the damage real good, so put this on you. So we use the damage boost elixir, which boosts the damage real good.
So we have to go through 3 required fights, and we're going to use Robert and Nora. They just joined our party, and when you have new characters joining your party, they always kind of join at the same level. So they're our strongest characters right now. And Robert's basic attack just happens to hit everything. His normal attack is just an AoE move.
Really good.
Okay, good. I was worried that was going to interrupt Robert.
Yeah.
These fights are not particularly difficult, but they're difficult to do fast, consistently.
Yeah. This is the #1 time sink in the entire run. Like,
this is going to be great.
This is great.
Look at this.
Yeah, this is a really ideal spider fight. Ooh, nice crit. Oh, root dodge, but that's fine because Robert's got this. Robert, our bow mouse, is the best bow mouse there ever was. Robert, have some heals. You did good. Thanks. Yeah, but if you speedrun this game and you're like, where did I lose all that time? Probably spiders.
Yeah, probably spiders. Because there's going to be 3 of these required fights. We're not doing it for grinding. We're doing it because we cannot progress the game without doing it. And then there's going to be one big spider fight. You can kind of see the big spider maybe in the background there. It doesn't matter which order we kill the spiders in. They're all identical fights. We just have to do all 3 of them. We've just decided to do left, right, down for whatever reason. I don't know.
I think realistically, as far as like pathing goes, this is probably the ideal thing because you'd still have to like backtrack around, up and around if you went left second.
Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm sure I thought about it at some point.
Yeah, I'm positive that past Zoe was like this is the ideal route.
And we can also get behind them, so we can use Aniculus to blind enemies and then get a surprise attack. Yeah. So the reason why the spiders are really obnoxious is if you let them get turns, they can hit you with a slow, which is really obnoxious. If you've already cast Quicken, which is like a haste on Robert, nice crit, Nora. Nice.
This is unideal. Sometimes they just don't line up. Sometimes they just don't do it.
Yeah, kind of what you're trying to do in this is group the spiders as much as possible together. That way, so that when you interrupt one spider, you're interrupting all 3 spiders, so because they're all like basically taking their turns at the same time.
Yeah,
just makes it a lot easier to manage. But because of some factors outside of there's factors outside of our control, so it's not like you do it once and it's set for the rest of the fight. You're always having to manage where they're at in their ATB bar. Maybe some get interrupted and some don't. Maybe some of them take different moves, which affect their speed a bit. So it's just something that you have to keep an eye on throughout the entirety of the fight.
Oh wait, did I show everybody the ice cream cone?
You didn't.
Oh, we
can do that here.
Yeah, I was waiting for a nice lighting, and then I completely forgot about it because there's so much to talk about in this game. While I wait to show people ice cream cones, just real quick, we're getting money for Robert because Robert wants to date Margaret Ann, and he thinks that Margie likes money, so that's why we're breaking into this vault.
He wants to be a hero and save the town.
Hero. Yeah, he wants to date Margie by being a hero and saving the town and being rich because Margie likes money and heroes. Let's see. Hopefully I can get it. It's easier to get this if there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. So she's a vanilla ice cream cone. We have time for a really quick donation. Sorry, Nooster.
Oh yeah, no problem. We don't have any donations in, but I'll just mention that Speedrun Ragnarok is raising money for Take This. Take This helps people in the gaming community by letting them know that they are not alone in their struggle, and there are treatment options out there to help. I think that's amazing. I think everybody either has mental health struggles or knows someone who does. It's a very common thing in this world, and I want you to know that there are resources out there. They're available. You just have to know how to access them. And Take This can actually put you in contact with people and help you find resources that can help you with your mental health struggles or provide emotional support. It's a wonderful charity, a wonderful cause, and if you're financially able to, I would seriously suggest considering donating to a wonderful cause.
All of your money goes to really good things, like all of the wonderful causes we've kind of told you all about, but also just keeping the lights on in the office. So, if you have the ability to do so, do it. So I didn't do the menu thing, and also this is the rudest fight so far.
Yeah, it'll go fine.
It'll be fine. It's still rude.
You got Quicken up on Robert, so as long as that doesn't get canceled by this guy right here, I think everything will be a-okay. See, we're fine.
We're fine.
So we didn't talk about Nora. So Robert's kind of like a bow user. His normal attack is just hits everything. Nora's kind of like a supportive character. She's got Quicken, which is basically haste. She's got Lull, which is basically slow, and she's got Unstoppable, which we're gonna see not in this next boss fight, but the boss fight after that, where it prevents someone from getting interrupted. So she's just a great
RNG
support
manipulation.
character.
I love you, Nora. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about how I manipulated RNG, but a battle later on is gonna go really well now. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's my. It's not real RNG manipulation. That's my superstition. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go up to this spider and boop the thing. So we haven't talked a lot about skills. You want to talk about skills a little bit?
Sure, yeah. So everybody has this like skill tree, and there's each character has like 3 paths that they can go down. For Aurora, we're going down her main magic path, where Starlight just does a bunch of damage. Nora, we kind of already talked about. We're kind of branching down a couple of paths where she gets great supportive abilities. Finn, we're going down the lightning spell tree, which just also so happens to have it gives him like a passive ability called Rage of the Capelli, which just boosts his damage. It just boosts his magic damage by a certain percentage. So it's much better than his other paths, which do something else, I forget. And also lightning spells, you'll see later on in the game, are going to be very good.
I'm just gonna go all in.
Yeah, do it. And then we're equipping Finn here with the Onyx and the Tourmaline, which I mentioned earlier has magic boosting properties. So he's gonna be our main damage dealer on the boss. But first, we have to deal with the spider ads. And the spider ads, we're just gonna use Robert to kill them and use Nora to provide support. It's very important not to interrupt the excuse me.
What? That
is rude. I don't know what their dodge percent chance is, but it's low. Let's just put it that way. That's extremely rude.
This is amazing. Okay, I'm just gonna do what I can here, cause okay, this is fine at this point. This is real spooky. I don't normally like to grab.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You're good. It's a short. Okay, this is actually good. I like this.
Yeah.
Cool thing that you can do that I don't think they explain very well is you can use one character to swap out the other character. So we used Robert's turn to kick out Nora from the fight and swap in Rubella instead.
I don't want to interrupt the spider here, because when you interrupt the spider,
Nice
the big spider, she uses haste, which is gross, and we don't like that.
it's a quick and all, so everybody gets hasted, and things go fast. It's really important in a lot of these fights to keep enemies slowed.
I'm just gonna do this now, because...
Yep, that works. Alright, so Hinder also applies a slow effect. So with the small spiders down, we are going to bring out Finn, and Finn's going to be our main damage dealer for the rest of the fight, just casting Lightning Strike, which will do a reasonable amount of damage. We're kind of on the under-leveled side here, so this fight, like this split is like a huge, like if there's one place you're finding you're losing time, and it's not a particularly difficult section, but every turn counts. It's probably in this section.
And I'm just defending with Rubella here so that I can put magic on Finn in the more ideal mana situation. I'm also going to defend even though I don't really want to, because I know I'm going to get hit by the AoE, and then I'm going to bring out Aurora and start doing a little bit of extra damage. Unfortunately, just because of how the beginning of the fight went, it's gonna be a little bit slower, but we've got this tumbled...
It was a good recovery.
We've got this faceted, that was rude. We've got this faceted Tourmaline on Finn, which makes him really strong.
Yeah, doing quite a bit more damage. I think it's like 180 something normally, and 200 now.
Something like 20 or 30.
When it's buffed, yeah.
Yeah, more damage when he's buffed. It's a really good number of damage, so... and... Marathon on safety. It just makes it easy. Oh, I forgot the gather strength. It just makes it easier to know that things are just gonna go well, because I downloaded the DLC anyway because y'all were donating toward dresses. You gotta have pretty jewelry when you have dresses, so I'm gonna... That was almost spooky.
That was fine. I knew it wasn't gonna hit Finn there.
You know what I didn't do?
Yeah. So Finn is a kind of a powerful magic user, but unfortunately he burns through his MP pretty quickly.
That's the best that could be. The spider paralyze is really long. It's obnoxious. Okay. Whew, we're good. Alright, hardest skip in the game. We ready?
Yeah, so as soon as this fight is done, caeshura is just going to mash the pause button.
Hopefully not mash out.
Yeah. There's like a couple of ticks between doing this little wrapping up cutscene and teleporting away.
Nope.
Dang.
I didn't mash enough for once. All right. No, we get to watch the cutscene about why. Well, first of all, Margie comes in and Robert says, "Margaret, your smile is like the winds of trade. Your voice is shrill like market bells. Magna is healed, the vault is saved. For the paw of thine, fairest Margaret, will you be mine?"
No.
And Robert's real sad. Margie just let him down, honest but hard. And Aurora's like, "No, hold on, wait a second. I got it. I'll just play you this nice little song, and you'll feel better." That's how this works.
Yeah, the old lady gives you the flute and tells you to play it when things are like, when things are sad or something like that, right? So
Did she say that?
oh, something like that. There's an allusion to, it's like, hey, play it when you're not feeling good or something like that. Maybe I'm just making things up.
No, you didn't let him down. You let him down like Robert, where like you dumped him. You let him down that way. Like you let him down,
Robert's...
like push him like right off the cliff. It's fine, we can fly.
Robert probably could have used better words to talk Margaret up.
Yeah.
Calling Margaret's voice shrill.
Shrill like the market bells, right?
Yeah,
I mean, okay, maybe.
Come on, Robert.
Maybe,
you can do better than that.
Maybe in the Bow Rat world, like being your voice anyway. So with the mountain healed, we can go up to the mountain, to the island in the sky. We're just gonna go some places and do some things. Nooster, if you want to say a quick word or two. Zoe and I can talk for literally forever, so this game is, there's no lack of anything to talk about in this game.
Yeah, and so we just got done with one boss fight, so you think there'd be like, a pause before we have another difficult boss fight. No, we're just going to go straight up.
To
this
the most
game
difficult boss fight
is pretty, it's pretty open, but we're just going from point A to point B to point C because we're treating this like a boss rush. So there's a lot of areas that we're not exploring, some side dungeons, some side quests that we're just all skipping because it's speedrun. So okay, how do you feel about this Griffin fight?
Oh, the same way I always feel.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest fight in the game. Again, we're under-leveled. We don't have great ways to deal with the ads here, and Griffin has a really, really nasty counterattack if you interrupt it. But we figured out a way to kind of script out the fight by doing some set actions at the start. But caeshura is going to have to really pay attention to the ATB at the bottom. So going to start by bringing out Rubella. So I just said don't interrupt Griffin. It's really important you don't. Except for the very start where we do want to interrupt Griffin.
Interrupt Griffin.
We're going to interrupt Griffin. It's going to counterattack by slowing us, which is really bad. But we're going to kind of counterattack with
also
all of our own.
Can counterattack, but it's random, and both of them countering attacking is kind
It's
of
like
rude.
Yeah, it's like a 50% chance on physical attack or something like that.
So I want to slow Griffin here just enough to manage ATB. Nice dodge. But I want Griffin to get his turn
very
before Rubella, because I'm going to switch Rubella out for Aurora, and then Starlight All.
So we really need to deal with these Banshees. The ads. caeshura, making sure not to pick up the NP until after the cast went off from the wishes. And buffing up Aurora so that she can take some hits and she's fast. Then bringing out Finn for a little bit of extra damage.
I actually did the menu right this time.
And it's really important that Finn gets his cast off before Griffin reaches the cast bar. Let's see if the Starlight All happens. Okay, this is good.
That is,
Griffin took its turn.
This is the perfect way that this fight is supposed to go, and then I bring out Rubella.
Yeah, we do a cool swap to Rubella.
Interrupt these things.
And nice crit on Griffin from Rubella. Just a little bit of extra damage. Notice that Griffin takes more damage from physical than magical. And one more Starlight should do the trick.
I'm gonna bring out Robert. And hopefully get this off. Dodge!
Nice dodge.
Okay, yep. And then I'm going to let Aurora... Okay, fortunately not get hit by that.
I think both of these are dead now.
Nope.
Look at that. That was really well done.
Unless...
It's not gonna happen. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Unless the nightmare happens. Griffin can revive, and now that I've said it, Griffin is not going to, right?
It just wastes some time. It's not particularly dangerous. It's just obnoxious.
It is really
so
obnoxious.
at this point, we're just going to be using Robert casting Hinder, which is just a powerful single target ability that also happens to slow. And with Nora kind of just supporting on the wings.
I would really like for...
Well, that's unfortunate. It only has 260 HP and will die to, I think, 2 single target Starlights.
Unless I crit! Come on, Aurora! I healed you. Crit. Rude.
And now, unfortunately, Aurora's out of MP. And even if we manage to kill Griffin here, you still have to deal with the Banshee, right? So, with the exception of the final boss, you have to clear the whole arena of enemies to be done with the fight.
No, I want to hit regular with you. I normally use like a MP potion on Robert just because his Hinder ability does more damage than his regular attack, but just because of everything that happened, I kind of needed to use the turns to do other things. But that was otherwise an unremarkable fight, which is a good thing because Griffin is rude. If you've got RPG Jerkbird, put your RPG Jerkbirds in chat, cause yeah. So coming up here, we've got this basin that we can look into. We hear Dad's voice coming from it, which is really weird. Aurora already knows that she can look into this for some reason and see stuff. Why?
Yeah, so despite it being optional, there was another one of these at the bottom of the well where we were supposed to help Finn, but that's one, an optional quest. Two, we decided to get Finn without doing it. So we're surprised when we learned that our father is not doing too well, and that Austria is the little town in Austria or whatever that we live is flooding.
Yep.
So things aren't going great at home. But it's okay. Our stepsister Nora is gonna take us home. There's a magic mirror here. We just have to abandon all the friends that we've
Bye,
made.
friends.
But it's okay. We'll miss them,
Don't
but we're
miss
going
us.
home,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, Nooster,
Yeah.
what are we at right now as far as donation
We-
holder?
We just got a $50 donation from Shuttle. Thank you very much to Shuttle for that. And with that, previously, Rydia had been in the lead by $49, and let me look up the total again, and there had been no love for Rosa. Shuttle put all the $50 to Rosa, so Rosa's in the lead by $1 right now.
Ayo!
Congratulations! And I just want to warn everyone, we're going to be shutting off that bid war when caeshura gets to the final boss. So if there's Rosa's up by a buck.
Nooster,
Right.
Nooster, what is our total at right now?
The total is $4,784. We're about $200 out from the stone. What is it? The milestone of 5K. So,
Okay.
Stumbling for words there.
Hey, chat. If y'all get us to 5,000 before the end of my run, I will actually show you the nightmare of a boss that we skip when we do the fin skip.
Nice.
Yeah, that's we got about a little over 30 minutes.
Yep.
Or so before the end of the run.
So, something. I guess my sister was a bad guy and
Yeah.
betrayed
Important story
us
stuff.
or something.
Yes, so we went through the magic mirror. It did not take us home. It took us to a tower where we found our stepmother and our other stepsister, and they turned out to not be great people, but evil, like, I don't know, evil people.
Evil people?
Your stepmother tries to kill Aurora,
Which is
but
not very nice.
there's like some sort of spell protecting Aurora. So instead, they're just throwing her up in a dungeon. And while that's happening to us, we are having a flashback where we're remembering our mother.
And unfortunately, our mother just kind of collapses next to this tree after we catch a firefly, which is kind of sad. And Aurora's like, hey, I'll help you. And then her face starts turning blue, and it's kind of probably really scary for Aurora. But anyway, I guess our mom dies. So now's a good time for donations and other things you want to plug, Nooster.
Sure, sounds good. Let me see if we have any new donations coming in. No, looks like Shuttle's the last one. I'll just point out that Take This is going to be at PAX Unplugged coming up in early December. They're going to be bringing the AFK room. They're going to have a Hope booth to provide emotional support, and they're going to have like games and mental health support. So if you're going to PAX Unplugged, you can stop by the Take This Center. That's exactly the sort of thing that your donations help support and provide, like very real, like active support for people who are having mental health struggles or need emotional support in the gaming community and at things like gaming conventions. So thank you all for your donations.
So I'm betting Aurora's really sad right now. And what do we do when we're sad again?
You play instruments.
Okay, we'll just play this flute. I don't know why they left her this flute. I suppose they thought it was harmless, but Aurora plays the flute. That's nice. I at one point knew how to play this on the melodica, which is like that piano thing that you blow into.
Yeah.
And hey, that's the guard that dragged us in here.
Yeah,
With
so
that flute, you could flout authority.
Yeah. So turns out, go ahead.
Yeah, so Owangus here is working for your stepmother, but he recognizes the tune, and he kind of has a change of heart. So he breaks you out, and so now we're going to try to escape. Notice the chapter name, Highest of the High. We used that before. We know that the moon is in the highest of the high. Maybe we'll find the moon while we're up here.
That'd be cool.
So we just have to go through some, these flying platforming sections. We found that our friends have also been captured. Our friends minus Finn, because the game isn't quite sure if Finn is in our party or not. If I had remembered to do so, if we opened the menu before we popped in here, Finn is actually still in our party. He just didn't get kidnapped. It's fine. Finn is big enough to fit in like a little travel-sized suitcase, so Aurora just keeps him in her backpack or something. Yeah.
So we're gonna do a little puzzle here that looks really odd when you do it. Like, if you do it casually, like, it makes a lot of sense. But because we're gonna do it in a not so intended way, it looks a little odd. So I'm gonna put this part here, and then do this part here when I do this part there. And oh no, it didn't work. But it worked.
But it does, yeah.
And oh, Finn does talk in like party dialogue. Hello. There we go. There are a lot of Stardust that we get just due to like proximity of the camera that sometimes don't work quite correctly if you're not positioned in the right spot. Anyway, Oangus apparently needs us to help his people as well. So
surely we will help them because we're good people, right? Yes.
Take not upon yourself others' burdens. I do not have the time. My father waits for me. That is my purpose. Mine.
Yeah, so we're going to basically do the same thing that we do with Finn, where we initially agree to help them, we leave, and then Oangus leaves our party. We go for a little bit, and then we just go to the title screen. So we don't have to Alt F4 out of this one.
Fortunately.
And once we load back in, we're back on the bridge. And lo and behold, Oangus is in our party, right? So similar to Finn, you're only supposed to get Oangus in your party after you've completed their side quest. And if you start their side quest and then leave the area, he leaves your party. And Oangus is great. He's a big beefy guy. Is kind of like your physical damage dealing tank. So we're going down a tree that just buffs its normal attack and gives him a taunt ability, so he can protect little tiny Aurora here, because this next fight where you're fighting Cordelia, or her real name is Cresepulum. When your stepsisters get angry at you, they turn into a dragon. That's just how stepsisters work, right?
Yeah. I guess I technically have stepsisters.
Do they turn into dragons?
They might. I've never really talked to them before, but
okay. Well, you haven't had them mad at you. Okay, so you just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So I want to hinder all, but I also don't want to slow Cordelia here. Okay, sure.
That's great. I love this setup. The paralyzed one doesn't last long at all.
Oh, nice crit.
As well. And a taunt lasts for 3 turns, regardless of how long those turns take. So actually making Oangus's turns take a little bit longer, it kind of hiddenly extends the duration of taunt.
Okay. I chose to defend there just because I knew that I was either gonna get hit and interrupt, or stuff. So we're doing good here. I'm gonna go ahead and put on a hit.
Nice crit.
Ooh, nice crit.
On the bottom one, but still appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I want to heal, but I can't.
Yeah, so it's really important to know how to count to 3, and counting to 3 is really hard. As I mentioned,
oh, no.
Taunt lasts 3 turns. It's fine. Cresepulum's counterattack is just a pretty weak heal. It's obnoxious, but like not dangerous or scary.
It makes it like a turn longer.
Yeah, depending, but like not with a crit, right? Yeah.
It still takes the turn longer because of the top one.
Yeah, and Oangus gets beat up pretty quickly. Despite being a tank, he's kind of squishy. So you have to really ensure you're kind of keeping on top of. That's fine. It's fine.
I interrupted her. I got the bottom one at least. That was not ideal. Sometimes it's just hard to tell. Okay, can I actually? Yeah, I can. And then,
yeah, just single target it. Should that do it?
And And then
Right, the heals kind of threw things off.
instead of keeping Aurora out, I'm just gonna bring out Finn.
Yeah, instead of having to put MP. Good call. I should do it. Here
Yep.
we go.
Yeah, their strength is nice. Oh,
Uh,
Oengus has this ability that you don't see too often, where he can do something that's called a knockback. And essentially what it does is nice crit.
Nice crit.
Is it will push the enemy back when they're on the weight bar. It'll push them back on the weight bar a little bit further, except if they've gathered strength.
Yeah, there's certain things that kind of like prevent certain things that can prevent knockbacks, but like Oengus's like just normal physical attack has a chance to knock back, so it's appreciated when it does happen. But it's a pretty weak knockback.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's not. It's nice when it happens, but we're not like waiting for it or anything like that.
It honestly, it normally happens when there's a. Oh, rude. Okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
I've just like every time I've interrupted her, just spot on. The crits should make up for it, but dreadful cry.
This is actually. Oh, never mind. I thought Oengus still had taunt up, so that's actually not, a little annoying.
A little annoying. It's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, Robert. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is taking a really long time at this point. It's not that it's dangerous or anything. It just is taking a long
It just
time.
adds some time. Yeah, the extra heals and running out
There
of
we go.
like MP quickly.
Nice. Thanks for the crit, Robert. Now that I didn't need it, but you know what? You tried. I appreciate you. Okay. So,
Alright, so
wait,
with
what's she have again?
With Cresepulum down, so in the highest of the high,
There's what?
we find the moon.
Oh, the moon.
Yeah. So give a little girl the moon power. What happens?
Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Moon Prism, make up. Oh wait, she turned into Sailor Moon. Odd. Anyway, if you give a little girl the moon, she becomes a teenager.
Yeah, she's powering up. So with the sun gave her the power to fly.
The
The
star.
moon. Sorry, I always. The sun's a star. Okay. Come on.
You with your astronomy.
Yes, astronomy. Don't say astrology. Don't
I always get them mixed up. You with your astronomy knowledge. For those of you who don't know, within Zoe's memory banks, they actually have like a lot of astronomy knowledge, but not astrology.
I mean, I have a degree in astronomy.
Oh,
Just a degree. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So with the moon gave us the
Power
to stop him, and it's actually like in game, like it. So it unlocked more of our skill trees. So if you're paying attention, for most of the characters, we kind of reached the end of our skill trees. So collecting the moon here unlocks the rest of all the skill tree paths. So we're going to be able to get like the final versions of Starlight and Elevate Damage and Lightning Strike and Capelli's Rage and all the really, really powerful stuff. And a lot of those things end up being pretty good. And we're going to start dealing quite a bit of damage now, especially with Finn and then soon to follow Aurora.
This is the game's best character, by the way. This is Gen. She's like a little bard.
I love Gen so much,
Gen is great.
but we don't get her.
Maybe I'll do a donation incentive one day to do like a put Gen in the final boss party run.
Yeah. So it's another character, and similar to all the other characters, they're technically all optional. You have to complete a quest for them. So in this little village, all the people, everybody's scared, and most of the people aren't even there anymore because they got captured and then taken away by an ogre. So Gen's quest is to find what happened to my parents and bring them back. So we're gonna go over here. We got some Roman numeral puzzles to solve. Why are there Roman numerals in the land of Lemuria? The actual reason is Lemuria is like supposed to be kind of like Atlantis. It's like Atlantis, but not Atlantis. It's like another hidden land area. And in the game's lore, like there were some I think some like Roman travelers or explorers that ended up finding it. So that's why there's actually like Roman numerals and stuff like that in a lot of the puzzles.
Yep, we have time for a really quick donation.
Cool. We have a really quick donation. I want to thank Ezwork for another $5 donation, and they say, "To bridge a gap, it takes a chain. True, true. All aboard this rhyming train." Thank you very much. And with that, we've got a pretty tight race. Tella's for the Final Fantasy IV Falcon Dive initial character. We've got Tella in at 30. Uncle Mop is at $20. Porum is at 40. Rosa is still in the lead at $50, and Rydia is right behind at $49.
So I guess something about those fish people that Gen is a part of, they're getting eaten by this ogre over here.
He has a line that's it's like, I guard the door.
I will smash you to the floor. Give us back the villagers, you boar! You will not get those Piscean gnomes back. I ate them all. What do you think about that?
Yeah. So unfortunately, Gen's parents are no more.
I bet they
in
were
this fight,
delicious, though.
excuse you. In this fight, it's another fight where it's important not to interrupt the boss. There's actually a small chance of a soft lock if it does happen, because like weird stuff. But like the other fight, we open up with a hinder all to slow everything down, and then bring in our damage dealer. For this fight,
don't do it. Okay.
And you're fine. You're fine.
No, I just didn't want it to interrupt Oangus, because...
I know you got it. You got it. Yeah, 300 damage on an AoE spell. 3 of these will kill the wolves up front. And then we're going to switch out to deal physical damage to kill the ogre here. These wolves actually hurt quite a bit, especially if they crit. 82 damage just on a normal hit. So Oangus can easily get bullied pretty hard here if you're not paying attention. A little unfortunate. I thought that was going to make it. Yeah, but the wolves are down now. And then switching Robert back in, and then just doing Hinder and Katakita, was it Katakita Strike or whatever Oangus's move? Yeah.
Cleave or something.
Cleave, yeah.
Oh.
You'll be fine, I
right
hope.
now.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
It's weird. I don't know really how to explain how this happens, the soft lock, but
It has something to do with being at the start of the ATB bar while you're paralyzed. The game basically tries to give you a turn,
yeah,
but you can't take your turn because you're paralyzed.
yeah, it's real weird. I think you can do that basically by, like, if you have a paralyzed character and you switch them out, but then you switch them back in.
Yeah, I think so.
Shoutouts to my girl Divine Rose. Alright, so Igniculus asks us, like, hey, what about Gen? And Aurora's like, sorry, I don't have time. This is a speed run.
Yeah. So to complete Gen's quest and get Gen in your party, all you have to do is double back a little bit, talk to Gen, watch a cutscene, and then she joins your party. But
Yeah.
we go forward because speedrun.
Speedrun. There's like little electric charges that go through here.
Yeah, just some stuff that we have to dodge. If you get hit by it, you just take a little bit of damage, like that. Okay, sure. Just showing what happens if you do get hit.
I'm gonna grab these potent healing tonics. I'm pretty sure I have enough, but you know, I don't count very well, so I just like to pick them up. So we go up through here. Hey, Nooster, what's the donation total at right now?
The current total is $4,789.
Okay, I'll make
Chat.
I'll make an exception. If we get $4,850, I'll do it.
You heard? Yeah. That would be
I just
$61. Yeah.
I just want to really show you what an awful boss that we skip in Finn's Well is. It's awful.
I want to see it. I don't think I've ever seen that boss before because I've seen the speedrun before, but I think you've always taken like the normal route basically.
We do it in all quests and confessions, but to be honest, even with like basically like I beat the final boss level characters, like it's kind of still like not a great fight. And I totally don't have it routed, so
I see the number moving.
So we're getting some skills here. Also, I'm gonna make some more oculi. Can you talk about my final my final oculi setup here?
Oh, yeah. So onyxes are really strong. Put them on a weapon. They give you magic damage. Using sapphire on an armor slot actually gives you a little bit of like water damage resistance. So we're going to use that on Robert here to just make Robert a little more beefy. Take a couple more hits, as well as a Wangus. Using at some point, we'll see a citrine on a Wingus, which will imbue his normal attacks with holy, but I think that's after this fight. This fight is going to be what happens if you. Well, we have to deal with the ads first, but then it's just what happens if you hit a water enemy with lightning. I think everybody probably can take a good guess at that. And this guy looks like he's made of water, right?
It's not very effective, right?
Sure.
That's what Pokemon
totally.
taught me. Totally. I need to do this thing.
Yep. So opening up with a Hinder All and a Taunt. And we have two different types of enemies to deal with, like this ghost, as well as the little golem creature gargoyle thing. Aurora makes pretty good work against the ghost, and her starlights are dealing quite a bit of damage. And
nice
we have
setback.
Yeah. And this boss, it doesn't have an official name, but we usually call him like Sahagan, because it kind of looks like a Sahagan from like Final Fantasy, right? You can interrupt him. He doesn't do anything at all if you interrupt him. So interrupt him all day, because he actually hurts pretty hard. His normal punches, and his gather strength punch hurts pretty bad.
I got this at the beginning of the game, and I'm going to use it.
All right, the ghost is down, and a hit or two on the gargoyle at the bottom should do the trick. And using the, you notice that Oengus is dealing fiery type damage, so using a ruby on Oengus's weapon makes dealing with the gargoyle guy just a little bit easier.
Okay, I see how it is.
It's getting an interrupt off. And take a look at this, 400 damage with unbuffed. And that number is going to climb about 35% in a second here.
Yup. Okay. I am going to bring out Aurora. I really want to get this off.
I think it'll work out. I know what you're trying to do, and I think it's good.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
So we mentioned Finn's mana woes. Finn has mana woes, and I need to constantly up Finn's mana in order for it to be to work out the best. I also don't want to use too much of Igniculus's bard here. Oh,
nice crit.
Nice.
That's I think he's got like a 3% chance to crit.
Yeah, it's not very good. Aurora and let's see. Oh no, he didn't get crit chance. Aurora and Finn have the lowest crit chance in the game. If I had a little bit more money, I would have offered to match a certain number of dollars for however many crits Aurora and Finn did. That would have been one, but unfortunately, just right now, money is tight, as I'm sure everybody knows. So.
So we got another little light puzzle to do. This time you have to do it in a certain order, and it's following it's actually following a pattern of a solar eclipse, which is cool because solar eclipses are cool. And then the door opens for us. But if you already know the answer, then you just do it in the set order, and you go.
And then this is basically the last area. I will say that we probably have another quick moment for donations, and then
Sure.
we're gonna be.
We've had quite a few come in, actually.
Oh, nice.
We had Garby donating $20, so thank you very much for that. We had Margaret Ann. Apparently, Robert gave Margaret all their money, and then she donated it to the cause. Thank you very much for the donation, Margaret Ann. Margaret Ann says, "No time for quests. We must go fast. But still, this run has been a blast. Thank you very much." We had a $20 donation from me because I want to see this boss thing, and I said, "Howdy, all. I donate more, but I'm a teacher and therefore poor." Which is true.
I'm sorry. Pay your teachers. All right, so this is our sister. Her name is Nox. Something about the dark or whatever. But actually, her name is Nox because she's got these really putrid farts and sticks us in this noxious Dutch oven.
Stop it. All right. So all of your step family, Chrysopelum, Nox, Umbra. All their names have to do with like darkness. So Umbra is shadow, Nox is night, and Chrysopelum is like dusk or twilight, and nothing to do with poisonous gas or anything like that.
Noxious farts.
Stop it. So this is actually hurting us. Like, so it's a lot like, it's stressful. You have to go through and open these things really quickly before you choke on the gas. But you know, we're fast, so we really have nothing to worry about.
You only get like
you're just trying to go fast anyway.
Yeah, you only get like a true real game over if you run out of HP on the overworld, which is surprisingly difficult. So
yeah, and I think there it just sends you back to the start of the cutscene where Nox flies up. So even in that, it's not like you lose a run or anything like that. Just a little bit of time.
So we fill out our last bits of
our last
here.
Menuing here. We're gonna set up for not only this next fight, but also the fight after that, because we won't get an opportunity to menu after.
I forgot to put the onyx on her. That was fine though in the end.
Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, if you saw really quickly there, the faceted onyx is 20% extra spell damage.
Okay. All right. I'm just doing things to be safe. We're fine.
Yeah.
I threw on a little water, a really little sapphire on Finn, just so that he doesn't get knocked out in the case of a bad thing. I'm also going to do the spooky, as I like to call it.
Yeah, so we're going to open up a little bit differently this time. We're going to open up with an unstoppable elixir, which will give us unstoppable on both our party members, which, as we see here, prevents us from being interrupted. And you can see the water resistant on Robert there, because we have that sapphire on, and of course, this water dragon looking enemy does water damage. So the sapphires coming in, just reducing the damage just a little bit, not a ton, but you know, as a speedrun, so every little bit helps. And now we're just going to start blasting with Hinderal and Katakito Cleave from Awangus. Interrupting this boss, like, you kind of want to try to avoid it, but it's really not all that bad. She'll counterattack with an unstoppable, all of herself, so preventing you from interrupting the tentacles or herself.
That would have been bad if it crit like real hard. That's fine. And then the safe strat is to do another taunt on Awangus. Ooh, nice
crit.
I have done this, so
nice knockback.
Oh, it was a setback. I thought I interrupted her. I was certain.
Nice.
Nice! This is going really well. I'm going to do this.
Nice. And I think this is where we gather strength.
Nope.
Oh no. Okay. Oh, the next one will be gather strength. So, Nox's gather strength ability is actually something we want to see because it's basically she's like charging up for a spirit bomb or something like that. She starts gathering strength and then spends the next 5 minutes doing absolutely nothing. And then when she finally gets her chance to cast it, actually is a really powerful attack that could potentially one-shot a character. But if we see that, if we see her gather strength, she's probably just not going to get another turn because it takes so long to cast. I think this is going to be an interrupt.
It is.
Nice. That's funny.
Yeah. There is also like a really, I've only ever seen it once. There's a really small chance that you can interrupt her big final spell if she doesn't have.
Yeah, the big final spell is basically an instant cast ability. Like because it's like she starts at the cast bar and then she's like, no time has passed and she's already done casting it.
Yeah.
Once she gets up to the cast bar, it's the wait time that takes a really long time, and then it's a
Yeah.
really fast cast.
There's like,
So theoretically, it's not supposed to be interruptible
no.
because it's like an instant cast
Oh,
thing.
no.
But you can still beat her out.
Yeah. It is highly unlikely. Oh, that's rude.
Yeah, I think
it's
I've gotten it
highly
once myself, and then it's
Yeah.
like, wait, what? That can happen?
Right. I remember I got it once that I was showing Zoe. I was like, look, look, look. And Zoe's like, no, that didn't happen. That happened.
Yeah. Which it's weird that she's not using gather strength. She's just blasting away. This is actually a little dangerous when she doesn't gather strength, because her normal attacks actually just do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, they do. It's fine. I've got Robert. Robert's here
Yeah.
to save us.
And,
Come on,
and Finn
Rob.
is the one that deals the damage here.
Finally.
Here we go. But I mean, the fight's already over at this point. I think this lightning strike might just kill.
Yeah. Hard to tell. Once an enemy gathers strength, it doesn't look like it's hurt. Don't worry, I've got 79.
Yeah, see
lightning
how
damage.
slow that's going on the weight bar? We can get so many turns off before she actually gets a chance to do anything now. Nice. Good job, 49 damage, Robert.
Nice, Robert. Robert is the MVP. Here's some heals.
Yeah.
Heals for the bow rat. All right. So, we beat Nox. We've got the sun. This is time, right? Wait.
Now your stepmother comes and shows up. You killed both of her daughters. She's pretty upset.
Wow. And she actually has the nerve to call me a belligerent, bellicose brat. And then she shows us our dad in his final moments, and he actually says goodbye, probably.
Yeah, he doesn't quite finish it.
Yep. But I'm not sure that we actually get to see that last moment because she makes the mirror disappear, and then our crown disappears.
Yeah. So the
Wait.
crown was it was like a
From
special
Dad.
crown
And
from
it
Dad.
was... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh. Well, we'll grab the sun. We'll grab the sun. It's fine. I got the sun. I got the sun. Aurora's fine. We've got this. We're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, so Aurora was given the chance from Umbra to be like, hey, if you just go home, I'll, save your father, and you just give me the sun, the moon, and stars back. And she's like, nope, I'm gonna save the Lemurians. She loses her father, she loses the crown that was protecting her.
And then she did.
And then Umbra took that chance to throw some lightning bolts at her, and she's not doing too hot.
Not doing too hot. But fortunately, Igniculus can carry us with his fairy fire?
Yeah, so we're just going to go back to the altar. So at the start of the game, and there's actually a cutscene where I think we skipped over it, where if when your mother was dying, she casts says a prayer as she's dying, where it's like, if mortal harm befall her, bring her to your altar. So at the start of the game, when we died and we
Oh, hey, it's the
spawned
old
in
lady.
Lemuria, it was the blessing of your mother.
Wait, it's our mom. The old lady was our mom, and when she's
Yeah.
sad, she plays the flute. And you know what flute time is? donation time.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, we were raising money for Take This. We were $15 away. Interesting boss fight that may or may not go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of time to do it, we need $15 to get that extra bonus content.
Extra bonus content.
Totally.
I would say it's DLC, but it's not DLC because we're using the DLC, but it's something we'd never do in speedruns.
Yep. I'll even
Also,
go back
once
and
we-
get Gen.
Nice. Yeah, we did have a comment in chat from someone that I know you know, Divine Rose, saying Gen Who. So
Gen Who.
I think
Gen
so
who?
right. There's a bid war going on for Final Fantasy IV Falcon Dive for the initial character. Rydia has been in the lead for like the entire game so far, but no longer.
So-
Right now, the leader is Porum with $60.
So if
$5 ahead of Rydia.
if I donated $15, would that get somebody in the lead?
Yeah, absolutely. If you were to donate $15, you could get. Let me see. You could get somebody in the lead totally. Porum's in front of Rydia by $5.
Oh, there you go. A lead and then some, and you've only got like 5 minutes at the most.
Shuttle just donated $15.
Ayo.
So we're at the threshold for
We're
the
there.
horrible mistake boss.
And you know what that means? More time for that bid war.
Oh, I really like the final form of the dress here. It's really cute.
Yeah, it is. It's really pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, so with the sun, the moon, and the stars, we level up yet again. You notice that not so much in
Oh,
the DLC picture, but like in...
Hold on.
Oh,
I
okay.
gotta say that Robert does reach out to Margie and he's like, "Hey, Margaret, can we spend some time together? I'm quite busy. It's dreadful." Oh, but let me take a look at my schedule. So I guess being a hero was probably the proper thing, where like Robert is actually a little selfless, and Margie's like, "Okay, maybe we can go to like tea or dinner or something." Anyway, sorry, you were saying about the dress in the final form.
Yeah. So in the normal non-DLC dress, her crown is kind of replaced with like a translucent crown, like probably to represent, well, you lost the crown from your father, but like, you know,
He's still with
your
us at
final,
heart.
yeah, something like that. But in the
Everybody.
DLC, it's just a normal crown.
Everybody, pray for no prey, please.
Yeah, so the Umbra fight, we go straight from one dungeon right to the next dungeon. It feels a little rushed. It feels to me like there should have been like a final dungeon, but let's just leave it there. We gotta go kill our stepmother. She, of course, also turns into a dragon because why not?
She's like a boy dragon. So like the
yeah.
worst of all worlds.
Yeah. And she's dark, so light stuff works really well against her, and she's got some 2 bird bat things, and these things are super obnoxious. They do quite a bit of damage themselves, but they also have a pretty
regret this so
frequent
much.
chance to cast Prey, which is a AoE move that
Don't do it.
does a bunch of damage. Of course it does it, and it sets back. Luckily though, those unstoppable elixirs prevent us from being set back and interrupted, so we open up this fight not with using taunt, but instead just using an
This
unstoppable
is
elixir.
if you are doing this, don't do this. If you're like a new speedrunner to this, the only reason I did this was because the ATB was really fortunate for
Nice
it.
crit.
Yeah, that was a nice crit. Okay.
Yeah, but unfortunate dodge on the bird. So,
Yeah.
like everything else, we deal with the ads first, because they do a ton of damage.
As you can see.
Oh, yeah.
We really interrupting Umbra is fine. A bit of a time loss just because of the frames that it takes for her to cast this thing, but it's otherwise like okay.
Yeah, she casts elevate damage on somebody.
What the
Another
heck?
dodge. It's unfortunate.
I've had
So-
nothing but dodgy things in this run so far.
Yeah. And you notice that they're actually doing quite a lot of damage to Oangus. Oangus has a lot of physical defense. He actually doesn't have a lot of magic defense, and these attacks are like actually like magical propertied or something like that. So he's got a giant HP. What are with all these dodge? But a crit, so it bounced out. I guess. We're getting a lot of crits and a lot of dodges.
Yeah.
So with one bird down, swapping out Robert for Aurora. single target Katagita cleave just to deal with the bird, and now we can just start blasting with Aurora. Look, these do quite a bit of damage. She did cast like magic defense up earlier, so less damage than we would normally do.
Nice crit.
Wangus has gotten a lot of crits this round. The magic defense buff on Umbra is down, so doing 600 damage. It'd be really great if we saw a crit from Aurora here. With Awangus's elevate damage kind of going away, it's a little bit faster to bring in Finn and just finish this out with some extra magic damage. And again, interrupting Umbra here isn't too bad as long as
Nice crit!
Finn got a crit.
Twice now!
And the armor buff it's not something we care about because we're doing magic damage, physical damage. All right, the time is coming up soon, but not
the
yet.
screen turns white.
There'll be a little bit of dialogue, and then the screen will turn white, and time.
So we'll watch the ending really quick here. I'll unfortunately skip the ending song, which is really nice, to get you all the content that I begged for donations for. I'll even go back and get Gen, just because, why not? Do we want to fight it with Gen and Finn?
On Easter Sunday.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I have no idea what Gen's skills are. I haven't used her in so long.
Yeah, Gen's kind of like she's kind of like another support character. So she's got a lot of like time-based stuff. So she's got some slows, a paralyze, and knockbacks. I think her normal attack has a chance to set back. I forget all of her stuff, but that's kind of the gist of her.
Yep.
I'm just going to point out, we're going to have to, at some point, close this incentive for the initial character. I don't know. Let me know when I should do that. We want everything to process.
Yeah, after I beat the
Sounds good.
the weird three-headed dragon. I don't actually remember how to do the dungeon either. So for
yeah, this is going to be the boss of poor life choices. I love it.
yeah, you've got like 10 minutes.
You just go through it.
Nice.
It's pretty short.
Looking for
there's some
my Discord
light puzzles.
notifications to like explode with like Natara going K.
The bid war is interesting. We've got Uncle Mop and $20. Tella is at 30. Porum is at 65.
Oh.
Rosa is at 65.
Oh.
Rydia is at 65.
Oh. Oh.
They're tied.
They're tied.
Maybe that means they have to play the game 3 times. I don't know.
Oh.
I'll have to look into the rules.
Alright, so there's a really nice ending song here that I'm unfortunately going to skip. Look it up. Igniculus tells the Queen of Light, hey, Aurora forgot to talk to you. And she's like, oh no, it's fine. She's got things to do. Alright, so let's quickly jump back to the Piscean village. I will pick up again. Hey, where am I? Okay.
Yeah, you have to. You kind of basically at the start.
It's you can tell how much we actually come back here. I'm like confused. Even in the All Quests No Confessions, I believe that it is actually faster to just go back and get Gen and then do some. There's like a mini boss. Anyway, we come over here to talk to Gen, and apparently her grandfather, or maybe he's not her grandfather, but Drust was the old gentleman with her. And we don't tell Gen what happened to Drust or her parents. We just play the flute.
Yeah, but it's kind of like one of those things
It's
that she knows what's happening as soon as you start playing the flute because she starts crying.
Yeah, she's a smart little girl. It's gonna be okay, Gen. And Igniculus, who doesn't understand crying, says that she makes do, and joins our cause. So we have Gen.
Yeah, and she very quickly goes from being sad to being like, "All right, let's go kill the Dark Queen."
Okay, let's see. What do we want to do here?
I think when I was messing around with her, I like kind of went the just like her physical damage route, which is that one. She gets like the backwards slam, which is like her normal ability and has a chance to knock back.
Okay. We have an awesome bid war going, but I do need to close. I'm getting the message that I need.
Do it.
Because they need to get this.
Yep. Do it.
Wait, I cannot be deactivated.
Uh-oh. We'll need a Valkyrie.
It's okay, you gotta. Yeah, you got a couple a little bit.
I need
before.
someone to deactivate. No, they need to get the seed together, so they need it in advance.
Yeah.
That's the problem. So we are going to have to close that, and the winner is going to be Rydia. Rydia got $100. We've had a few donations come in.
Nice. Go ahead and read those.
Some awesome people. We had Scala Kitty, who donated $15 with no message. We all know Scala. Thank you very much. Taven donated $20, also to Rydia. Congratulations. We had a double of $5 donations from Shuttle to get that epic $65 standoff between 3 people.
Hey,
they
Shuttle.
Yeah, and Pendle Steven said, "Oh, we did it," meaning the bonus content, but for the bid war though. So thank you very much, Pendle Steven.
Okay, so this is the well. Kind of odd coming in here now, but it's fine. Even in all quests and confessions, we come down here later. We do the Finn skip and we come down here later because doing Finn at the point you get him in the game is not.
Yeah, this is a pretty obnoxious fight. So it's like meant to be okay. You just got a spellcaster, which gives you 3 different elemental abilities, and you're fighting a 3-headed Hydra that each has like like an elemental affinity. You're supposed to do the light puzzle.
I know. I thought there was a Stardust over here, but I am clearly mistaken.
So you're supposed to like bounce between casting different elemental spells on the correct head, but it's pretty obnoxious just because there's 3 of them. They kind of hurt. They can interrupt you. You can just lose a bunch of HP. So I had a lot of trouble when I was just like playing this game casually. It's like, dang, this fight's hard.
It's really hard. Where is that confession? I think it's in the next one.
It's up above. Yeah. So in like what we basically call 100%, which is all quests and all confessions.
There's actually a real 100% now.
What is the real 100%?
It's all chests or something.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. This one's now properly all quests and confessions instead of 100%.
Okay, I'm still calling it 100%.
So I'll get out again. Actually, here's what I'll do, because being strong is good. We'll elevate damage and do a single strike on you. Oh no, I forgot you're fast. Okay, it's fine.
So you can
nice touch.
You can see that you have a water snake, a fire snake, and a green snake.
Yes, the 3 elements. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just kill them really quickly. Right? You do so much damage here that it's not even funny.
Okay, hold on.
But like, if you were to come here earlier, yeah, this is actually pretty obnoxious.
The playing field.
Yeah, I think like the way that you can kind of handle it is like interrupt stuff with Rubella, use ailment protection on Rubella, which is like kind of it prevents you from getting debuffed. But they're pretty fast, right? Like, yeah, if there wasn't Finn skip, I think the speedrun would be a lot more frustrating just dealing with these things.
Oh.
Or we probably just wouldn't get Finn until much later.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, they have a lot less HP than I originally thought they had.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot when you come here, but you know we've already beaten the game. We're supposed to be here at like when we're like Aurora's level 8, Rubella's like level 10, and Finn I think is at level 11.
Get paralyzed.
Yeah, so I just like being able to paralyze and backwards slam stuff is kind of fun.
Alright. And that's that boss. And then the whole screen shakes and you release the Felly. They're actually birds, and for some reason, Finn is the only one that didn't get turned into birds.
She, or Finn was the Queen of Darkness, like turned everybody into birds, but Finn was like out traveling or something like that, so he just happened. He just wasn't home.
Yeah, and
Finn
is quite young, by the way. He's like 14 or something.
Yeah, they could probably age really quickly. So all of them are young, but like, you know, Finn is the youngest.
Yeah. So, and some birds are just birds, that's correct. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of like little mini quests and stuff you get here. So I highly recommend the game if you haven't seen this before. I don't know how much it is on Steam right now, but it is like a 10-15 hour playthrough, and it's really fun.
And it very frequently goes on sale on Steam, like where you can pick it up for a couple bucks.
Yeah. Oh, we skipped the maybe oh, you know what? We didn't necessarily skip the well. I think the well doesn't happen now that we've beaten the game.
What?
The basin.
Yeah, I think even in the like I think you skip it if you do some stuff and then you come back to it. I don't think you have to beat the game, but yeah, I mean, you can't look at the well because your father's already passed away.
Rip. And yeah, anyway, so that's Child of Light. Thanks everybody for watching and for donating for extra silly content that I decided to offer you on the fly. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And I will hand it off to Nooster to get us into the next run. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you very much for showing us K%. It was awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anyway, yes, I want to thank caeshura as well as Zoiteki for a wonderful run. That was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun to see this game speedrun. It's a really fun speedrun to watch. I want to thank chat for getting us to $4,900. We're doing awesome. We're like within a stone's throw of the infamous 5K. We are raising money for Take This, a wonderful mental health charity. They provide mental health services and support in the gaming community, both for people that make games as well as game players. They provide AFK rooms and hope boosts at different conventions, and it's just a wonderful charity. If you can, consider donating. It's a wonderful cause. And if you have time, check out their website. They have different services and resources available there, as well as a really nice blurb about the RPG Valkyries, because the RPG Valkyries raise money for them every year, and they're celebrating them. So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being an awesome community. My name is Nooster. I'm going to head out. I was just brought in at the last minute and at great expense for this one particular game.
Thank you.
I'm going to go off. No, you're welcome. It's awesome to be here. So I'm going to head out and pass things over to the next host, who is going to be, I should know this, but I forgot to check. Alice Rojasu. And we're going to be up next with Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remaster, Elkin Dive. Stick around, y'all.
See you.